now for the visiting Broncos. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them. For the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception? Continue to take care of the ball and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up... Second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, G. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me.
Play action. It's Jackson. And this one caught by Beasley. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Here's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now Jackson. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Then he finds Beasley, complete. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. No score after one on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at it?
Now he lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, Akers, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On third down, Akers. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And here come the Bills. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing is Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeout. On 1st down, Locke. And a tip there. The ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go. He's checking who's off working.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On second down, Akers. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. Like we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they followed him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And the grab by Croft. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Locke, and he comes back with one complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
They're running, man.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson being chased out left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Big hit all day. Sack City.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now it's Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball just a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Keelan Cole the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. The throw taken in by Cole. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And this one caught by Beasley. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Let's go, D.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
6-6, pull it high. Check curls.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. And they take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I can
Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a...
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle.
Hey everybody, it's the cut. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Ready?
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock completes it to Lee. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Lock under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On 1st down, Locke under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Locke to throw on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down. Locke. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. To throw, it's Carr. It's complete. Doug Martin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
From the 36, Carr flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Carr on target to AB. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Carr. They set up the screen to Martin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. From the gun, it's Carr. And his throw here is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Carr to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Delgado. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run the counter. It's Freeman.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that can spark a big burst right here.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet. Ready.
Now it's Freeman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Get it. Go.
Locke working out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 20. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Clock now on first down. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On second down, Freeman. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one good for 24 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
54. It's our field.
Recon, 132 fighter. Big grip.
On first and 10, here's Locke. He's got Jack Doyle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Last stop.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Locke. This goes underneath to Doyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Coming, baby. I'm coming.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Gets it off to Freeman. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. Don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Locke. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Bailey got the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now a play fake. Carr. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
On second down now, it's Freeman trying to run inside, but nothing there. We have hit. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton is a man he was looking for. But it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Locke again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to Jake Butt. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Here's Locke. Left side, Doyle with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. Locke now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Locke going to throw. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Again, it's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now Locke again. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jack Doyle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead will swell by one more. This one taken from the 7th. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll back, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Steele. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Let's go. Let's do this.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Ready?
Oh, he sheds himself free. Emmanuel Sanders. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, and he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Let's go. Hey, switch gears.
Get it.
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
We play to win. Let's go!
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Brings up second and a yard.
To throw again on second down. Carr eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Steele. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 quarters in the books. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This will be caught by Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Shotgun now for Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion. For 2nd down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Deuce right, Chief.
From the gun, it's Carr. Fighting through pressure. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got an open man, it's Aitman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, Broncos coming hard, and it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Touchdown, Broncos. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. So the safety, obviously a big play, but now the offense, maybe they feel pressure to score where the defense is doing something like that.
And it's good pressure because they put them in a nice spot now, having scored the points on defense, turn the ball back over to them. You're right, there's pressure to score, but they feel good about their chances.
That's good. They like that pressure. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Carr will try it again on second down. Flush to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Carr dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Carr. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Freeman again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Sanders has got it complete. Takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big
so hot.